Okay, we're back again. We have accepted our course invitation this morning. You have set up your notification preferences. You've added other email contacts or phone contacts. We've looked at all of the settings here. Our notifications settings. Notice I can do this settings and this settings are the same. We've changed, you haven't changed the top, but you've added Google Docs to the bottom. We've looked up file, we've looked at your profile, and you'll have to upload a picture later. But now we're going to go home because we're going to look at how we begin our assignments. Now if you'll notice here, it looks a little different than when we first came in because it was our first time in last time, and so it said set up your notification preferences. Once that's done, it doesn't come up again. But notice on your page here, when you go home, you've got courses up here. So this is English 1A. If you're in a math and science or geography class and you use the same email address, they'll all list here. But whichever, if you're in multiple ones, the one way you get to English 1A is you click on that and then you click on the class you want to be in. Okay, then we have our assignments up here, which we're not going to talk about right now. We have grades, which we're not going to talk about, in calendar. I don't want you to worry about any of this stuff right now. I don't want you to worry about any of this stuff right now. Right now we're going to focus over here on the left-hand side to Canvas orientation, which you are currently doing this hour in class. Then you have Grammar 1, which is due Tuesday, and Vocabulary 1, which is due Tuesday. So let's take a peek at this. This is where you're going to need your notebooks out. Because, and notice this, you have to be signed into your school account to access all parts of this lesson. That's really important because you will not be able to get to the form down here to answer the questions about the lesson if you're not signed in to your school account. Okay, so you're going to watch the video and you're going to take notes in whatever section of your notebook that is. So this one's vocabulary, so you're going to take it in vocabulary. If the notes were literature notes, you would take them in the literature section, and if they're grammar notes, you'd take them in the grammar section. So that's why you need 4 sections. You have vocabulary, grammar, literature, and writing. Those are our 4 categories of notes. So you take the notes, and for example, this is going to start, and okay, we're off and running. I'm going to move way up here because the first part just reviews what I told you. So it describes something that has the characteristics so that it can be broken down by microorganisms. Okay, so now notice that I'm giving this lesson here, and as I give the lesson, you're writing these notes down. If I get going too fast at any point, just pause me or rewind me. You have the power to rewind, you have the power to go ahead, however you do it here. So you could go a little slower and pull more of them down. It's not moving. There it is. There's some. Okay. So each week you're going to get, it'll explain how it's going to go. I'm not going to take the time to do that. But anyway, you take those notes in your notebook, and once you finish the notes, you use your notes. Everything is open notes. That's why you take your notes. And you can answer this form here, but some people have, if they especially have a little computer, this is really hard to work. You won't get the whole form like this because you don't have the scroll bar. So what I've done is I put a link here, so if you want to open it in another window, you can do that. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to pop these in here. I'm a test student. So the first 4 questions, because we only had 4 this week, normally you'll have 8 because you'll have the 4 new ones from your previous one and then the 4 that you're reviewing from the one. But we're going to go through and we're just going to put some of these. We're going to choose them, and some of them will be wrong, some of them will be right. That's obviously one of those is going to be wrong. Okay, and then I'm going to put the right word in the right sentence. So, and you have to answer these. That's what that little red Mark means. So I'm just putting these here. Then you're going to submit. And then you want to see previous responses. It says, great job. Now you correct your responses and bring your score in on Tuesday or Wednesday. The total is 8. So you're going to self-correct these yourself and bring that total in on Monday. If you do really great on it, then you may be exempt from some of the exercises on Monday. You might not have to do them because you already know the stuff. So try on these exercises, but you're going to grade yourself, see previous responses. You'll see how you pan out compared to everybody else. And then, but what you want to go is right here, view all responses. And yours will be the last one on here. And notice that you can scroll up and down here. And the top will remain the same. So if you're student 65, you just scroll down to 65 so that yours is right next to the one I've already answered. So I'll have the first answer on everything, and then you can just compare it to how you did. So if I'm going to compare that one, I got that one right, I got wrong, 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 wrong. But anyway, so this one, the first one, the other one, I got a 5 out of 8. So I would bring the 5 out of 8. If you get an 8 out of 8, you get 100%. But you're going to check it yourself. You always are going to check it yourself. So then once you're done with that, you're going to bring in the score and the notes. So that is the vocabulary lesson 1. Then you're going to go back to your home. Notice home on the left-hand side. It's going to bring you back to, this is going to look different for you, and then you can do your grammar 1 for Tuesday. You're going to do the same thing, but this time you're going to put it in the grammar section of your notebook. You're going to watch the video on grammar.
Welcome to your first lessons for grammar for this year.
Then after you get those notes done, you're going to click on this and you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to answer this on sentence fragments. Okay? So that's what you're responsible to do. Once you finish this, make sure you correct it, learn from your mistakes, bring your grade in on Monday. Perhaps you'll be exempt from our activities on Monday. But you have to have at least an A to be exempt. So, and I will double check. So if you say you have an A, I will double check that before you are exempt from it. So good luck. If you have time in class, you're going to get started on these. If not, then it will be homework over the weekend. Okay, so I will be walking around. Ask me questions if you have questions.